Hi guys, welcome or welcome back if you're new here. My name is Melissa. In today's video, we are going to do a little comparison between my two newest Coach bags and the only two Coach bags left in my handbag collection. I do want to take a quick second to apologize if the lighting is off or the volume is off. That is because we are currently in the middle of doing home renovations. So all of my stuff is packed away, including everything that's in my room. So you're going to hear a little bit of echoing probably in today's video, and also the lighting is just whatever natural lighting is coming in. So if it's not perfect, I apologize. Please work with me. This is what we have to work with. So let's go over this bag first. This is my newest Coach bag. This is the Coach Tabby bag in the 26 size. I believe it's called the Coach Chain Tabby shoulder bag. So it has this beautiful chain strap right here. I'm not going to do mod shots, but I do have mod shots and styling of both of these bags over on my TikTok and my Instagram. I will have both of them linked down below for you guys in case you are interested. I just don't have all the tools right now to add mod shots into the video, so I do apologize about that. This bag, let's go over some of the pros. The pros are the fact that it has 3 different straps. You're going to get this little chain strap here. You have a crossbody strap and a shoulder strap. So here is the shoulder strap here, which actually is a good length. I am mid-size and this is a good length for me. It doesn't go right up under my armpit, so I don't have to worry about deodorant on my bag. And then you have this crossbody strap that has tons of different adjustments. It's really tall girl and plus size girl friendly because of all of those adjustments. I'm 5'6", I'm a size 10, and I go on almost the shortest adjustment. Because of that, I do feel like it's probably not a good strap for our petite ladies. So if you're 5 foot, 5'1", 5'2", this might be a little bit too long for you, but because it is leather, you can add some hole punches to it with a leather hole puncher, and you can make it a little bit longer for yourself. However, for me and my body height and my shape, this strap is absolutely perfect. There's not one thing that I would change about this strap here. The shoulder strap, my only complaint is I wish it was slightly longer, and that is more specific to me because I don't like a shoulder bag to be right under my armpit. It does have about 1 inch below your armpit, but I don't like it to be, I like my shoulder bags to be almost mid-waist. I don't like them to be up higher. Another pro about this bag is the look of it, you guys. I think it is absolutely stunning. I cannot get over how beautiful this bag is. I love the fact that you have the slouchy structure of this bag, but it looks like it's a structured bag. It's not, you guys. I have it stuffed full of stuff, and it is a very slouchy, comfortable bag to carry. It holds all of the everyday essentials very, very easily. As you can see inside of here, I do have this bag packed full, and it has everything in there with plenty of room to spare. Now, one of the things that I don't like about this bag is that the magnetic closure doesn't really close right. It never seems to land in the correct place. You have to actually try to line it up correctly, and then you can find the hole, and then you could get it in there. That's because of this little guy here. It has to line up perfectly. I wish this was just a flat magnet instead of having to line this tiny little hole up right to get it to close. I just think it's a design flaw. This is something that Coach does on some of their other bags as well, and I've experienced it on those bags too. Another con is the back pocket. It does fit an iPhone Pro Max. However, the phone will not zip up inside of the bag. So because of that, I do think it's a con. I think that they could have lifted this zipper up slightly more, and it wouldn't have taken away from the flap, and you would have been able to fit a pro size phone inside of here. You can fit a pro size phone, let me clarify. It does fit inside of there. It just pokes out slightly, and for me personally, I prefer to be able to zip it up. However, that has not stopped me from using the back pocket for my phone, so it's not a huge con. It's just me being a little bit nitpicky. Now, the last con that I have to say is the straps. When you have this chain strap on the bag, plus whatever other strap you're going to use, so either the shoulder strap or the crossbody strap, It does catch on each other, and these little hooks here do cause the other hook to open up. That is a huge, huge con in my personal opinion. What I have found works best is you have to have the chain hook in front of the other bag strap hook. So for reference, you have to have this one behind the hook of the chain, because the chain always stays in the front of the bag. So you want that hook to be first, and then you have this little, you have this hook not bumping into this hook here. Hopefully that is making sense. And then here it is underneath my arm with all the stuff inside of there. You can see it fits perfectly fine underneath of my arm. It is a very comfortable fit. So that about wraps up all of the pros and cons on this bag. I've had it for slightly over a month at this point. I've used it quite a bit in that time frame. It's one of those bags that once you switch in it, it's really hard to switch out of it because it is so practical and easy to use for your everyday life. Now let's take a second to let the Coach Lana 23 shine. You guys, when this bag came out in this particular color, I just had to get it. As you can see here, this is like my favorite color of green. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. I love a good sagey gray undertone green. In fact, my son's middle name is Sage because I love it so much. And I think that when I saw this bag, I just absolutely had to have it. There's someone I follow over on TikTok. Her name is Jules. And if I can link her TikTok down below, I will. She definitely inspired me to get this bag, you guys, because she styles it so cool and just effortlessly. And I love that about this bag. So let's go ahead and jump into the pros of this bag. This bag has 2 different straps. So you can have, well, I'm counting the handles as a strap. So you can carry it as a top handle. You can also carry it on the crook of your arm. However, you're not going to fit this on your shoulder. You also have a perfect strap here, you guys. It is absolutely perfect. It is the same kind of style as the other strap. Here it is here. So this one is slightly thinner, ever so slightly thinner than the Coach, what's that bag called? Coach Chain Shoulder Bag. It's slightly thinner than that one, but it's not thin by any means. These straps to me are perfect. A thick, hardy strap that's not so thick that it's going to fall off your shoulder are absolutely perfect. This one also comes with a ton of different adjustments, so you can wear it as a long shoulder or a short shoulder, and I find it to be extremely comfortable. Now, I will say, when I first got this bag, I thought that you could not wear this as a crossbody, but you can. You definitely can, and these kind of mold to your body. Again, I'm going to have some videos on TikTok showing this, so I will link that down below of me styling this piece. Another thing that I really love about this bag is how lightweight it is. It is not a heavy bag at all. You're going to be able to fit all of your everyday essentials inside of here, and it has a middle compartment, so you can use that as a pocket or a pouch or a catch-all instead of actually using a pouch inside of your bag. So for a little recap, what are the pros? The fact that you can carry it multiple ways, the fact that it looks good cross-body and on your shoulder, how lightweight it is, how much you can fit inside, the overall look of the bag, the color is so stunning. And the leather quality is nice. It is a little bit drier of a leather. It's not as supple as the other bag, but it has to be that way. It can kind of hold itself up in this structured way. At first I didn't love that, but it is growing on me. I understand the need for it to be that way. So let's address some cons. Some of the cons, or I actually really only have 2. It doesn't have feet, which isn't a big deal for me, you guys, to be honest. I'm not a bag doesn't have to have feet for me, but I do feel like with this particular bag, with such a big base, they really missed an opportunity to add feet to this bag to protect the bottom of the bag and to protect the corners. Another con is this middle compartment. Now, this could be considered a pro or a con. For those of us who do not like to carry a catch-all pouch inside of our bag, this pocket is chef kiss perfect. You guys, it holds so much. For those of us who do like to carry a pouch inside of our bag, it just kind of gets in the way and is kind of annoying. So that's why I say it could be a pro or a con. Now let's talk about price. This bag I believe retails for $395. This bag retails for $495. So there is a $100 price difference. However, I completely understand the price difference because with this bag you're getting 2 straps and a chain. With this bag you're only getting 1 strap, and then I added the charm to it. So I do understand the price difference. So I don't think that one outweighs the other as far as price goes. I feel like the price of both bags is fair, and I think that both of these bags are worth the price that I personally paid for them. You may be able to find them on sale at certain department stores. However, I would say that these are actually both worth the full price. As far as which bag I like more, I really can't say. I think I like them both equally. I definitely like this color more. So if this bag was in this color, I might like this one slightly more, only because of the chain detail and the fact that you can wear it so many different ways. So I feel like you get quite a bit more with this. You can take the chain off also, and it makes it have a completely different look. It looks like that instead, very plain and simple. So I think that if they were in the same color, I would like this one ever so slightly more, but I hesitate to say that because this one is newer than this one, and knowing myself, the new bag always is the one that I like slightly more. So I think that I like them equally. It's just that this one still has the new bag feel, but I do like the fact that this one can be a shoulder bag or crossbody. And I love the fact that this one can be top handle, because lately, you guys, I've been so into the top handle bags. I did want to take a second to quickly mention that this bag can hold all of the same things that this bag can hold. I would just recommend, instead of using a mini pochette, which I do have inside of here. So let me quickly go over what's inside of here. So I'll just switch them, you guys. Let me stop being lazy. Let's go ahead and switch one bag to the next. The first thing I have is a mini pochette. Instead of carrying this, I do recommend just using the slip pocket and putting all of your items that would normally be in your mini pochette in the slip middle compartment. So that's going to fit in there just like so. The next item I have in here is my sunglasses, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the same pocket with the mini pochette. Then I have a card holder and a key pouch. So I've got 2 of them here. That's going to go in the front compartment here. And hopefully you guys are able to see what I'm showing you guys. So that is that there. The next items I have in here is just a bunch of little knickknacks. So I have a perfume, a pack of gum. We're just going to throw those in there. I have my headphones. I'll throw that in there. I have eyeglass cleaners. I'll throw that in there. And that is everything that I had in that other bag. So you can see it fits perfectly fine in there. Hopefully you guys can see. There it is there. So you guys can see that even without using that middle compartment, it still holds all of those items. So they do hold roughly the same amount. I'd go as far as to say that this one holds slightly more if I were to use that middle compartment, but they're both very, very practical everyday bags. So what are my overall thoughts? My overall thoughts are that both of these bags are worth their price point. I would buy these both over again. I think that they are great bags to have in your collection. I think that they are beautiful. I do feel like this one can be styled a little bit more dressy and casual, whereas this one for me personally is a little bit more casual. They're both perfect for every single day, and I would recommend both of them to you. So I don't have a recommendation one over the other. You'll have to decide that for yourself, unfortunately, but I do think that they're both great options to have in your collection.